We're less than a week from the end of the 2024 NBA regular season. There's a lot of uncertainty, as the East looks like Boston and then a bunch of slop from 2 through 8. The West standings are also relatively unknown, as the 1 seed is up for grabs and so is the 6 through 9. But as a lot of teams are all over the place, at least one is rising to the top of the pile. The Dallas Mavericks are scorching hot right now, have essentially locked up the 5th seed, and despite seeming like a likely play-in participant for most of the season. They've won 11 of their last 12 games, as well as 15 of the last 17. For most of March, it seemed like the 4 through 5 series in the West would be the Clippers versus Pelicans. But now we're destined for a 3rd iteration of Clippers versus Luka Doncic in the playoffs. Over that 17-game stretch, Luka has averaged a 31.5-point triple-double and been the most dominant player in the league. With the Mavs climbing to the 5th seed in the West, Luka should have as strong of a case at MVP as ever before. But whether he wins the award or not, he's going to cause hell for opponents in the playoffs. Kyrie has also been the perfect second fiddle, averaging 26, 6, and 5 over that stretch, with 51, 38, 92 shooting splits. Daniel Gafford has looked like a fantastic addition, as in just 24 minutes per game over that stretch, he's averaging 13 points, 7 rebounds, and over 2 blocks. He's also shooting an absurd 82% from the field. The team looks beautifully well-rounded as the 2 stars are playing their best ball, while being surrounded by nearly perfectly complementary role players. We've already seen Luka dazzle in the playoffs, and with how the team has looked over the past month, they feel like a team who could make it all the way to the conference finals, if not even further. The NBA should be terrified of the Dallas Mavericks. Now, let's take a deeper look. Before we get into the NBA's hottest team, if you enjoy my content and watch a few videos of mine, think about subscribing. 96% of my viewers are actually not subscribed, so if you watched me before and enjoy the content, drop a sub and comment down below. It really helps the channel. Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic wrap their arms around each other in a tired yet triumphant embrace, wariness and satisfaction etched on the faces of the Mavs dynamic duo. In the thrilling aftermath of a 147-136 overtime win over Houston on Sunday, the clock was still winding down, marking the culmination of a breathtaking performance. Together, Irving and Doncic orchestrated an incredible 22-point comeback, their combined efforts yielding 85 points. The victory, sealed by Dante Exum's clutch buzzer beater at the end of regulation, was nothing short of a miracle. Irving, who notched a season-high 48 points, admitted to feeling depleted in a post-game interview, but both he and Doncic are optimistic that this is just the beginning. The remarkable run continued with a decisive 15th win in 17 games against Charlotte on Tuesday, securing Dallas a coveted playoff berth among the Western Conference's top 6. Following Phoenix's defeat on Tuesday, the Mavs find themselves 3 games ahead of 7th place with only 3 games left in the regular season. Moreover, Dallas holds the tiebreaker against the Suns, having bested them in head-to-head matchups earlier this season. This means that Irving and Doncic are teetering on the brink of their first playoff journey together, arriving just a year after Irving's acquisition sparked an unexpected descent into a disappointing season devoid of playoff basketball. Life is about redemption, especially in sports, where anybody can say anything and something could happen the next day or the next 2 weeks or the next few months that leads to you succeeding at a very high level, Irving said, or failing at a high level, he quickly added. This narrative encapsulates the endings of both seasons for 2 superstars, boasting a now combined 13 All-Star selections. Last year, injuries plagued the duo following Dallas' pivotal trade of 2 key players from their 2022 Western Conference Finals run to acquire Irving from Brooklyn. As the regular season neared its conclusion and the Mavs faced slim prospects of clinching a spot in the Western Conference play-in tournament, coach Jason Kidd effectively conceded that the team was resorting to tanking in a bid to salvage a draft pick from the ill-fated trade involving Kristaps Porzingis 4 years earlier. Despite incurring a hefty $750,000 fine from the NBA, the strategy proved successful, as Dallas secured promising center Dereck Lively II from Duke, although his playoff availability is now clouded by a knee injury. Nonetheless, the acquisition of Daniel Gafford at this year's trade deadline provides the Mavs with a similar caliber of dunker and rim protector. The other February edition of PJ Washington has bolstered the roster, presenting a more cohesive unit compared to the aftermath of the Irving trade, a sentiment echoed by the standings. "The chemistry is big," Doncic said. "We are on a roll right now." That would be an understatement, and the Mavs might be the most dangerous team in the West outside of Denver right now. The NBA should be terrified of the Dallas Mavericks. Thanks for watching. I'm Herm. Have a good one.